Greetings, we are back with Sherdil Asif and Saima. So,
And Poppy and Penguin.
very good. Okay, Tuesday, 22nd December 1942. Dearest Kitty, the annex was delighted to hear that we'll all be receiving an extra quarter of a pound of butter for Christmas. Christmas is just like Eid for Muslims, and they were going to receive butter for Christmas. Maybe butter was rare in those days, wasn't it?
Do you Muslims participate in Christmas?
Muslims
Sometimes.
celebrate Eid, but they can be happy for the Christians and they can make them happy by attending their events.
No, but sometimes Muslims only just attend Christmas.
Yeah, they can see the lovely trees with the bells and the things on. So it's nice to see the trees. Don't you remember you used to see trees and beautiful things hanging down from those trees?
Yes.
Okay.
I also seen Cartoon Man.
Yes, okay.
Jews also participate in
It,
Christmas.
it looks like that they received something at Christmas, so they were happy about that. According to the newspaper, everyone is entitled to half a pound, but they mean those lucky souls who get their ration books from the government, not Jews in hiding like us who can only afford to buy 4 rather than 8 ration books on the black market. So they could buy books as well. Who? The lucky ones. They could buy books as well. So black market is something which is not very straightforward. It's kind of a hidden market from which you get cheap things. Okay. This morning I made 2 cakes and some biscuits. It's very busy upstairs and mother has informed me that I'm not to do any studying or reading until all the household tasks have been finished. Just like I tell you, Sherdil, clear up. Please clear up before you do any homework. I always say that, don't I? Sometimes I do say that if your homework is not that urgent. Mrs. Van Daan is lying in bed nursing her bruised rib. She complains all day long, constantly demands that the bandages be changed, and is generally dissatisfied with everything. I'll be glad when she gets back on her feet and can clean up after herself because I must admit she's extraordinarily hardworking and neat. And as long as she's in good physical and mental condition, she's quite cheerful. So Mrs. Van Daan is suffering from a bruise in the ribs and she's trying to be neat and organized. She is, but when she's in good physical and mental condition, it is with all of us, isn't it? When we are in good physical and mental condition, we like to be neat and clean, but when we are sick and we are unwell, we are sometimes unable to take care of ourselves, our hygiene and health, isn't it? We need others to look after in those conditions. As if I don't hear shh, shh enough during the day because I'm always making too much noise. My dear roommate has come up with the idea of saying shh, shh to me all night too. According to him, I shouldn't even turn over. I refuse to take any notice of him, and the next time he shushes me, I'm going to shush him right back. He gets more exasperating and egotistical as the days go by. Except for the first week, I haven't seen even one of the biscuits he so generously promised me. He's particularly infuriating on Sundays. Do you know the meaning of infuriating? Making you angry. When he switches on the light at the crack of dawn to exercise for 10 minutes. To me, the torment seems to last for hours, so it is torturing if you're sleeping and somebody switches on the light. What happens, Sherdil, when you're sleeping and somebody switches on the light? Don't you feel tormented and tortured?
And I feel also angry that I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
When my online class, I'm too
Oh.
much angry that
Oh.
I'm sleeping and
Yeah. you're so sleepy, so you should sleep early, and you should complete your homework earlier.
Look, it's 11.
So, what she says is very torturing for her. Since the chairs I used to make my bed longer, I constantly being jiggled under my sleepy head. So when he exercises, what happens is the chairs that make her bed, they are jiggly. They're moving like this, and she is constantly disturbed by it, and her sleepy head is disturbed. After rounding off his limbering up exercises with a few vigorous arm swings, his lordship begins dressing. So he starts dressing. His underwear is hanging on the hook. So first he lumbers over to get it and then lumbers back past my bed. But his tie is on the table. So once again he pushes and bumps his way past the chair. So it is how difficult the life is in the annex, where they all have the same place and they are jiggling and pushing and disturbing one another unintentionally. They don't intend to hurt another, but they don't have their own space to walk and do whatever they want to do. Sherdil, do you get my point? They have very small space, so they unintentionally disturb one another. It's not intentional. Do you get the meaning of intentional? What does intentional mean? You do something knowingly. Janbujkar, what you say in Urdu. Okay? Unintentional is not janbujkar. Okay? Yes. So, but I mustn't waste any more of your time gripping about disgusting old man. It won't help matters anyway. My plans for revenge, such as unscrewing the light bulb. Have you ever thought of it? Unscrewing the light bulb? Tube light you utar ke rakh de, you take off the light. So she's planning naughty things. Okay, so locking the door and hiding his clothes. Oh, have unfortunately had to be abandoned in the interests of peace. So what she did, she unscrewed the light bulb, locked the door, and hid his clothes. Oh, I'm becoming so sensible. He thinks she's becoming very intelligent. We've got to be reasonable about everything we do here. Studying, listening, holding our tongues, helping others, being kind, making compromises, and I don't know what else. I'm afraid my common sense, which was in short supply to begin with, will be used up too quickly, and I won't have any left by the time the war is over. This was interesting, wasn't it?
What it means?
What? She says that I'm losing my common sense. Things are making me overwhelmed, just like we are in, the lockdown during COVID. Sometimes we are just being angry at each other, and we are infuriated, we are frustrated, and sometimes we lose our minds, we lose our common sense, and this is what is happening with her. Do you get my point?
Can I read a little bit?
Oh, I'm afraid we are over 8 minutes. And yours, Anne. Please stay with us for another reading group, hopefully tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Or maybe
From
any
Poppy,
other day.
Pengi, and
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.